Today's lesson is on adding and subtracting polynomials. This is found in lesson 9.1 in your textbook, and this is part B of that section. To add polynomials, you add by adding the like terms. There are two different methods that we'll use in our textbook. We'll use the vertical method and the horizontal method. Here are some examples. Example 1. You have 12m squared plus 4 plus 8m squared plus 5. The horizontal method is just to look and see where your like terms are. You have 12m squared and 8m squared. So you would combine those because they have the same variable with the same exponent. And 12 plus 8 is equal to 20m squared. Then you would add the constant terms, which is 4 and 5. And 4 plus 5 is a positive 9. So your answer is 20m squared plus 9. Really simple. Vertical is just as simple. It's just all on how you like to view things. I prefer vertical because I like to solve equations vertically. Vertically, I'm simply going to take the first expression, 12m squared plus 4. And on the bottom of that, I'm going to line up the like terms, 8m squared plus 5. What I end up with is I'm going to add on top and bottom because I've lined all the like terms together. So 4 plus 5 is 9. 12 plus 8 is 20m squared. Now remember, our exponent rules are only when we're multiplying and dividing, so we do not need to do anything with these exponents because we're simply adding these two terms together. Let's try another example. You have t squared minus 6 plus 3t squared plus 11. Horizontally, I'm going to do t squared plus 3t squared, and that's going to equal 4t squared. Then I'm going to combine my constant terms, which I have negative 6 and positive 11. That is equal to a positive 5. So my answer is 4t squared plus 5. Next, I'm going to combine this one. I'll do this one using the vertical method. So I would need to copy down the expression. And then the second expression, I would need to line it up with the like terms of the first. So I have 9p cubed. That would go under 2p cubed. Then I have a positive 11p squared. And last I have 3p. So now I'm going to add these two expressions together. So 2 plus 9 is 11p cubed. I have to come over here because I ran out of room. 6 plus 11 is 17p squared. And 10 plus 3 is 13p. This is your final answer. 11p cubed plus 17p squared plus 13p. Something important to remember, that the whole idea is to combine like terms and simplify. Vertical and horizontal is simply a method of organization. Some of you will just be able to do this by looking at the problem, and that is also fine. Now let's talk about subtracting polynomials. In pre-algebra, we learned that subtraction means to add the opposite. For example, if you had 6 minus negative 3, then you would change that to 6 plus positive 3. Keep, change, change. Remember that saying? Or if you had 5 minus 3, you would keep, change, and change. So you keep the first symbol, change the subtraction to plus, and then change the sign to negative. Either way, you get the same answer. 5 minus 3 is 2. 5 plus negative 3 is still 2. The same ideas with polynomials when we subtract. We're going to change each of the terms to the opposite sign and then add the coefficients. And when I say change each term, I'm talking about the second term that is being subtracted. Let's look at some examples. First example, you have 2x cubed plus 5x squared minus 3x subtracted from x cubed minus 8x squared plus 11. What we want to do is, horizontally, we want to change this to a plus sign, and then everything in here's sign gets changed. So if that was positive, it now becomes negative. Since this was a minus, it now becomes positive. And since this was a plus, it now becomes a negative. Then I can combine. 2x cubed plus a negative x is just x cubed. 5x squared plus 8x squared is going to give me a positive 13x squared. Negative 3 plus negative 11. Oh, there's no x. I was getting ready to make a mistake. So there's no x over here. So then this just stays minus 3x. And then there's no 11 over here, or a constant term. So then that would just stay a negative 11. Your final answer is x cubed plus 13x minus 3x minus 11. Still simple, right? So once you change your sign, it's still like you're adding like we did before. If you want to do it vertically, this is what you would do. You would have 2x cubed plus 5x squared minus 3x. You would change your sign to plus, and then all your symbols will change. Notice that I didn't line the 11 up under the 3x because they're not like terms. So then this is like saying 0 minus 11 is negative 11. Negative 3 plus 0 is still negative 3x. 5 plus 8 is 13x squared. And then 2x plus a negative 1 is x cubed. Still have the same final answer. Alright, let's do this one vertically. We're going to copy down the first problem. 4x squared plus 5x plus 1. Then I have subtract. Copy down the second one. 6x squared plus x plus 8. Well, remember, what's the definition of subtraction? Change it to add, and then change the signs to the opposite. So that's a negative 6, a negative x, and a negative 8. Now let's combine the like terms. 1 plus negative 8 is negative 7. 5 plus negative 1 is a positive 4x. And 4x squared plus negative 6x is a negative 2x squared. My final answer, negative 2x squared plus 4x minus 7. There are plenty of applications using this. The most important one that we're going to talk about is finding the perimeter of figures. Let's look at some practice problems in your book on page